Ready, Freddie.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Mr. Holga.
And I'm Todd Puckett.
And this is Don's Used Photo Equipment, right here in front of the Great Wall of Film. Todd.
Yes, sir.
I've been waiting a very, very long time to say this. I love the fact that he never knows how I'm going to start
Happy New Year?
No.
Oh.
Happy New Year's darn close.
Yeah.
Happy 5th year video anniversary.
Yes.
It was technically yesterday.
Technically yesterday.
And it's going to be a little later when you get this video. But I can't believe we've been doing videos for 5 years, guys.
Yep.
We're over like 130 some odd videos.
It feels like it.
And at about 40 minutes of video, you guys have seen a lot of us.
12, a lot of hours.
A lot of us.
Thousands
I mean,
of hours.
it's just, it's we don't compare against maybe the Friends or Seinfeld series, but
they do this in like 1 week.
I like the people who turn this on as like a podcast and just listen to it in their car. I like that one.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys consider that. It's like, this one's too long.
Let's do it.
Maybe just listen to it while you're driving, and because
not a lot of visual
you
stuff.
don't need to look at us. No.
And we don't show a lot of things that often.
No. The last one with Andrew Hess, the large format photography, was a very informative podcast.
Yes,
so guys, if you didn't check that one, go check it out because it's really good to listen to. He gives a lot of good information.
It really does.
And we tried so hard to bite our tongues and to not talk over him at all.
I know. That was a concerted effort.
I mean, I think we put a tack in our...
It didn't happen accidentally.
We put a tack in our shoe. Every time I wanted to make a comment, I kind of stepped into it. No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Let him talk.
Let him talk. Just let him go.
Yeah.
So anyways, happy 5-year anniversary. Happy 4th of July weekend. That's essentially what we're on. This will be a little later, but still, you guys get the picture.
Yeah. I went and picked up something, like a little sandwich next door, and the guy says, "You're my second customer today."
Well, so the cafe, right?
Cafe.
I'm not usually here when the cafe is open.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow, I actually get to go into the cafe.
Yeah, he's going to close early, though. Oh. So you better...
Well, I'm hoping he's at least open for lunch.
Oh, yeah, he will be.
I'm not staying all day.
No. Me neither. No, I am.
Yeah, you're staying all day. You closed early yesterday.
Yes, I did.
You don't get to do
that
much.
I don't think anybody noticed.
No, nobody noticed. You had a couple of customers in here.
I did, and I sold a lot of film.
And then we moved some stuff from next door over to here. So you're almost all cleaned out over there, right?
Phase 2's almost over.
Oh, almost over. Guys, he's almost under one roof.
Yeah, but I never told anybody that stuff next door.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, hey, appreciate you being with us today. The title of this video, I think, is going to be something like remembering a legend of Dallas photography, because we have to give the news right now. We just heard about it this week.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he was essentially, the store is legendary. He is a legend himself. So, and you're going to have to pronounce his, I'm going to guess on the last name of pronouncing, because I always just called him Ramsey.
Ramsey Jabbour.
Ramsey Jabbour passed away June 29th. And for those of you who don't know him, Ramsey and his family...
It's the big store in Dallas. Now,
Ramsey and his store created Competitive Camera, and Todd, to his credit, would always direct you. When you came in here and you wanted something digital, to his credit, you said, look, you want Competitive Camera. There's just a few stoplights down the street. You were constantly...
down the street, it's easy to just go down the street.
Just go down the street. And in their defense, they send people to you for film.
Yes, but I send people to everywhere.
You do. Yeah, you've sent them to Garland, you send them to Arlington, you send them to Denton.
Yeah, I've sent them everywhere. Competitive was just a couple miles down the street.
Right.
And that was always easy to do. And but he started off in Garland. We're going to just do a quick thing because like 90% of our audience won't even know.
You won't even know who he is. But we have to give him his due.
He was the during his time, whenever analog was king.
Right.
He was in the top 5 in sales of like Canon, Nikon, Hasselblad,
Olympus,
Bronica. And he moved large volumes through his single store. And his single store was in the top 5, and that's including places with chains.
Right.
And he
was out besting Best Buy.
Oh, he was doing tons and tons of... I was in his store one time talking to him. This is whenever he moved down the street from us. He started in Garland. And in 30 minutes I was talking with him, 3 guys walked in. Now, he was different.
He was different. We'll get to that one. He was different.
Yeah, he was different. But 3 guys walked in and said, I want this camera body, this lens, this lens, this lens. And that's all they said. They didn't say, hi, how are you doing? They had no small talk whatsoever. Those 3 guys came in, ordered, gave them a credit card, got their stuff, and walked out.
Yeah.
They spent over $45,000 in that 30 minutes that I was talking to him. And of course, whenever he was dealing with them, I'd just sit back and let him deal with it.
Sure.
But $45,000 in 30 minutes, I'm sitting there going, that takes me a while to get that much money. And he just popped it right off. And I would tell people, whenever you go there,
be prepared.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
You have to be at least around $5,000 or more before he really talked to you.
Okay, yeah.
And we kind of figured it out. We had fun with it. We kind of figured it out. But the guy had a huge memory. Yeah. And if you bought, like an outfit from him, and
he would remember it.
5 years later, you walk in the store, he would ask you how that camera worked out for you.
Yeah.
And what he liked in what we would call, I don't know, is it customer
relations? Customer relations.
He made up for in customer support in the sense of, if you had something that wasn't working, and it wasn't your fault, but the camera's fault, he fought with the company for you to get that. And again, I heard these stories, and the stories are what's fun to hear.
Yes. But if you were a professional photographer in this area and you needed anything, you guarantee you could walk in that store and he had it.
And he had your back on it. One guy had
any lens, any body, anything.
One guy bought a camera, and then the camera didn't work, and then Ramsey told them to fix it, and they said, no. And he says, okay, that order that I have with you, cancel it.
Ooh.
And it was almost a 6-figure order. And he said, oh, well, have the guy send it right in. Yeah, I mean, if you had something and they were causing issues with you, he would back you up on it. So he would supply a lot of the big names. Whenever he first moved down the street, I checked on this. The first Monday through Saturday, 12 people came to my store looking for him because he just moved.
Okay.
And 6 people would not walk in the door because they were so loyal to Ramsey, they didn't want to step foot into anywhere else. And that was fine. I had no problems with that. But 6 people came in the store, 3 people bought something, and then went down the store and down to his store and bought whatever it is they were going to buy from him.
Right.
So out of 12 people, 3 bought something from me, looking for him.
Okay.
I could not pay for advertising to get a 25% return. But I loved it because so many people came to my store looking for him, and it was great. And one year he came in and he goes, "Well, so what do you think about me moving down?" I said, "Man, I love it." And I told him that, and I said, "People are finding me looking for you, and I'm selling them stuff. I love it." And he laughed, and he goes, "You get it, you get it." And I said, "Yeah."
I mean, it's still a community. Even if it's digital analog, it was still a community.
I wish you had moved next door. And he goes,
oh, that would have been awesome.
He goes, I looked at it.
That would have been awesome.
I looked at it. And I said, man, then people just walk back and forth. And it's like we can have this exact same thing. And the way it's set up with him is that people were extremely loyal to him and would not buy from anybody else, and people did not like him and then would buy it from anybody but him. And so we could be side by side and sell the same thing, but we didn't. And we would have had our own customer base, and it would have worked out fine. But he's a character, and he told stories about himself. Customers would come in here and tell stories about him.
Oh yes.
And we could spend the whole time on it, and we were.
Well, I'm going to give you my story. I'm going to give you my story.
It was hilarious.
So I mean, this is typical of Ramsey. I went in to buy my Nikon 200 to 500 lens, and I walk in there. Hello, how can I help you? I mean, he's pretty gruff, but that's him. And professional photographers, not that I am one, they're just used to it, okay?
Yeah, they know.
I said, well, I'm looking, I'd like to see a 200 to 500 millimeter Nikon lens. He goes, you want to look at it or you want to buy it?
You want to look at it?
I said, I want to do both. So, I mean, because, he doesn't want you to shop there and then go buy it like B&H. He wants you to buy from him. And tell you the truth, I would rather buy locally in my hands than buy from B&H.
He had so many people come in and spend 10 minutes of his time going through everything on something, and then they just turn around and buy it for like $20 less online. And
right.
you get tired of that. And so that's where a lot of that grumpiness came into.
Yeah.
And so you had to kind of know.
I've been buying from him for years.
Yeah.
I bought my Nikon D70, my D750 bodies, my 85 1.4 lens, obviously my 200 to 500 lens. I mean, you know, if I want a piece of glass for one of my digitals, brand new, off the shelf, I know right where to go, and I know exactly he's going to have it. There's just no doubt about it.
Very little he does.
But, you know, it is fun to, you know, it's a cultural thing. That's just how he does business, and some people just took it wrong, and it's like, it always seemed like he was being mean to people, but he wasn't.
He wasn't. That's just his nature.
It was just his nature.
Yeah,
and to their credits, whenever I would buy a lens, you know, of course, I was dealing with Eugene, his son, a lot more.
Who runs the store.
Who runs the store now. And Eugene, if I had the camera body with me, he would actually say, here, give me your camera, I'll take the new lens, and they would actually do the calibrate focusing on. It's like, wow, I mean, that service is done in a second. I would never be able to do that myself. And it makes everything much better.
Yeah, oh yeah, and there's still a big, huge store, and a lot of people still go in there first and only.
So our thoughts and prayers to go out to the Jabbar family and Jabbar family, and I hope, you know, we wish you the best for them guys. So.
Oh yeah, I miss him. He would come in about once a year and just talk to us at our store. Outside of the store, he was a completely different person. He was laid back, relaxed, but inside the store, he was alert and he was paying attention.
Right.
And he would come over and tell us stories, and it was hilarious. He'd come down and visit us once a year or two, and just come in and say hi.
Yeah.
And one time, I did help catch a thief at his store, so that's part of the reason too. I had a guy come in. Now the other trademark, the thing that you know about Ramsey is that when you go into a store and you look at everything, what's missing?
Prices.
On the items.
On everything.
On everything.
Nothing's priced.
Nothing's priced.
Almost like this store, but I see you started posting things, right?
I started posting everything. But things were not priced. And a customer came in and he had a bunch of magnesium ball heads.
Right.
And I looked at him and I said, okay, well, and I'd bought some of them. And then later on he came back with double that amount.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I kind of go, they're brand new in a box. No markings, anything. I said, well, anybody can have one.
Yeah.
Or have a few and need to sell it.
Right.
But 14, no. You don't have 14 of them. And so I looked and I go, okay, no, I'm going to pass. And after he left, I went down to Ramsey and I said, Ramsey, are you missing anything? And he goes, why? What? I said, are you missing any tripod heads? And he went around, he poked around and looked, and he goes, why? And I told him the story. I said, the guy came in, he had these. And the reason why I suspected they were from him is because not one of them had a price on it.
Ooh, yeah.
And I looked, and not one of them had the scratch marks of taking prices off.
Okay.
And so I sat there and went, boy, those came from
That's a telltale sign right there.
It is. And sure enough, he was missing some. I told him the story. He knew who the guy was, and wound up the guy. And there are several reasons I told him is because first and foremost that when he gave a police report, they'd listen to him.
Yeah.
When I would, it's like,
Nah, it's just Todd.
It's just Todd.
Just Todd.
And
that's going to be on your monogram on your shirt. Just Todd. Just Todd.
And I mentioned this to him, and. He was not happy. He wasn't upset with me. He just wasn't happy
that he lost them. Yeah.
That he lost them. But he came back later. I mean, like a month later, and he gave me like a Nikon T-shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, and he goes, "Why did you do that? Why did you say that?" I said, "Ramsey, if somebody steals from you, they're going to steal from me. It's a small community.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people may not get along, but it's still a small community, especially since 2005.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what's going on, not in depth, but just in general. And if something happens, if somebody steals from him, they're going to steal from someone else. They're going to steal from me. They're going to steal from any of the other camera stores. And if Ramsey can stop it, then that saves everybody. And so it's just a community thing. And so he came by and he gave me a T-shirt, and he just said thank you, and he goes, you get it, you understand. I said, yeah. It's a community. It's on things like that thieves, thefts, we need to work together and stop it. And so anyway, he was a character. He was extremely knowledgeable about cameras, and he had all the prices of everything pretty much in his head.
I hope people go into competitive camera looking for the Great Wall of Film, and he has to point them down the street. Is that the Great Wall of Film? Those two little shelves.
No, they don't do that. But he does send people down here who come in wanting film.
All right. Well, we didn't want to talk about this all day, guys, but our thoughts are with them.
If you're still with us, the family,
please wish them well.
Wish them well, and I
he's going to be missed very much. I really
appreciated everything that he provided. He made Dallas a huge camera market.
He did, and we're going to miss him.
But what else is going on?
So yes, let's update you here, and this time I actually have a picture.
Oh my goodness!
So let's update you here.
Yeah.
So if you remember, about 2 videos ago, we gave you guys a story that the first image of a first lady.
First lady.
A first image of a first lady.
Yep, first.
Dolly Madison was going up for auction. This was not a 10 type, but actually a Daguerreau type. And I forget what year. It was taken in the 1843. So obviously this is after she's out of office.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Hold on a second. No. The 1843 was for that one. It's 1846. So this is she's no longer the first lady, but yet she's still living in Washington D.C. She goes into a 10 type, a Daguerreau type studio, gets her portrait taken. It was estimated this portrait was going up for auction was going to get between $50,000 and $70,000. That's pretty good for just one photo. That's pretty good. How much do you think it went for, Todd?
I have no idea, but I would think more than that though.
Yes, it did. It went for $456,000.
Yeah.
$456,000, well above its upper limit there. Yeah. And it was bought by none other than the Smithsonian Museum.
Wow. I wonder who they were bidding against.
Probably themselves. If you know anything about the auction market, they probably fooled them into raising the price on themselves. They also have the first image of a president as well on John Quincy Adams, which I believe that was from 1943. But it only went for $360,000. So
how long ago was that, though?
Dolly, they've had it since 2017.
Yeah, things are just
the prices are going up, definitely so. But so it's a very unique thing that you have these firsts on not necessarily, I'm not saying on film, but your first photography moments.
Images.
They're phenomenal, guys.
Yeah.
So
and do you know who has supposedly the first image period in their collection?
No.
The one that was taken in France, I believe, and it was I forgot the year on it, but UT Austin.
Oh, yeah. So the actual first photograph.
The first photograph, the first
photograph.
image on something. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's in Austin, UT.
So you never know when you're going to take a first, guys, and you're probably going to want it on something that's indelible, that's going to last a very long time.
Well, but now,
unlike your hard drive,
that's not forever. And
it's amazing that hard drives and discs and things like that just don't last forever.
They don't last.
But yet, a piece of tin or a piece of cellulite or cellulose is going to last much longer than a hard drive. That's utterly ridiculous.
I was going to tell you this, though. There is a question as to whether that image was actually the first image ever created.
Okay.
The Waterford, the crystal company, the glass company.
Okay, Waterford, yes.
Waterford supposedly has the actual first images ever created, and they're in color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Color.
In color. The very, very, very first. But the issue is they can't nail down the date that they were taken.
Yeah, this is starting to. This travels down the road of where China says they really invented pizza. It's like, we all like to think that Italy made pizza, but yet China says no, we were doing that with dough and sauce for decades or even thousands of years before that.
Well, yeah, but they have a compelling argument on it, but the problem is they just can't authenticate it.
Yeah, that's always the thing. We can't
the images in color, that's what's mind-boggling.
And that would be cool. So I might have to go look that one up and check that one up. So
lots of interesting things in the old days in the first.
So Good news, surprise and exciting, right? A brand new film camera's coming out.
Yes,
And you have have the Pentax 17. You can just give me one
right here.
As you and I were looking them up yesterday, even other big box stores are saying coming soon with the camera. They don't have them now, but you were saying like Analog Wonderland over in the UK have them.
Gotten them, and they're out of them, I think.
But you are fighting very hard to become a Pentax dealer.
Yes.
Man, do you have that good Pentax stuff, man? Do you have it? I need a fix, man.
I need an analog. I am working on it. We're messaging back and forth.
They're passing notes. They're getting to know each other. They might actually go on a date soon.
Yeah. Yep. We're working on the first date.
No, he's really having to do paperwork.
I really am. I sent them my tax exempt form, and they sent me something else. Oh, we love your penmanship so much. You fill this out.
You've got really pretty writing.
Yeah, well,
really?
It's all computer work, and I did it on the internet.
So we're not going steady yet, but
no, Yeah. But so I'm still trying to figure out how to do a signature on the
computer.
On the computer, which I did it with one thing, and I just couldn't really. Anyway, it's a pain in the butt.
He's our technophobe. This is why it's analog for the rest of his life. He's like,
yeah, that's why I got a flip phone.
that's not analog.
I know. Well, I mean, in the cordless world, it is.
Well, it seems that way. That's all right. So
it's the oldest.
So we're still waiting on the Pentax.
Still waiting. I am actually a few steps closer. I don't know how many steps I got to go more.
Yeah.
But it's a few steps closer.
But you're going to have some soon. We're really, really hoping.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Before Christmas?
Before Christmas.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Before nice. So speaking of the Pentax, though, we also know that Rolly 35 autofocus, that one's coming out the end of September.
Okay. Technically, that's a return.
Well, it's a return, but they've done modern things to it because it's going to have autofocus.
They've updated it.
Yeah.
So it's a return. It's an updated return.
Right.
Pentax 17 is a completely new design camera.
Completely new camera.
New.
So that's why I brought in a Petapixel article. There's a new camera called the Star S1, a new point-and-shoot 35mm camera.
That's plastic.
It looks much like the Pentax 17.
Well,
it might not be as robust, and it obviously doesn't have a manual winder, which I think was Pentax's big selling point. There's a couple other pictures if you wanted to flip through it, but on another page.
No, just well-known outside. See, it's already in China. Yeah, it kind of looks more basic. It looks like
it is very basic. It's very basic.
It looks like a step past a disposable camera.
A disposable, reusable.
Yeah, a reusable disposable.
Yeah,
camera.
Exactly.
Star S1.
Star S1. Yes.
51.
But you know,
and it's coming from China.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it makes the sprites 35 too.
Yeah.
So it's more along those lines, more plastic. More
plastic for our oceans.
Yeah. Star S1 new point and shoot. Wow.
But you know, here we've been talking about for 5 years, guys. 5 years, Todd. 5
years.
5 years. That somebody needs to start making new cameras, and they're finally catching on.
Yeah,
They've been listening to us.
Yep.
They won't admit it, but they have been listening to us.
Well, us saying this for 5 years has finally slipped into their subconscious.
Yeah, Nikon and Canon.
Yes.
Been listening to us for 5 years.
We're still waiting for the film.
Listen, you come back out with a Nikon F6 again body. Come out with what was the Canon AE? What was the autofocus version of Canon? Was it the Rebel?
The Rebel.
The Rebel.
Yeah.
Come back out with the Rebel. Let's slap some lenses on those suckers.
Let's go with the I'd love to see an AE2.
AE2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to. That may have some more auto.
All right, so not the F6 for the Nikon, but maybe like the
not an F7, not an F7,
not an F7, but like maybe like the manual version, the F3, right?
Well, that's way thick and heavy.
No. I'm saying, but manual.
Yeah. Okay, like the AE one.
Because the F4, 5, and 6. I'm talking Nikon. I don't want to confuse them. The F4, 5, and 6 were all autofocus. Let's un-autofocus. Let's just make a manual focus. So it was the F3.
Or like an FM.
FM2 was probably their top of the line. The FM3 was more plasticky.
Yeah, FM3A. Yeah.
But the FM2N was probably, as far as I'm concerned, their best manual camera.
Awesome camera.
Titanium shutter. The sound is, it's a beautiful, crisp sound.
That's a camera.
That's a camera. Of course, they're making Japan.
I know.
We're wrong ethnicity there.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, even the Italians were impressed. Yeah. It was a good camera. And I actually have run across another one. I sold one. And those things are actually going for a little bit more than I sold my last one for.
Well, you ran across the one of what?
FM2N.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had one, sold one. I probably undersold it a little bit because
Okay.
it was in gorgeous shape. I mean, gorgeous ones are going higher up. So
so you've had a very busy June. What else have you got going on? We're now in July.
We're in July. It's I'm about to start what I call phase 3, and phase 3 is going to be. Phase 1 was getting out of my old location.
Out.
Phase 2 is getting totally into this location.
Yes.
And I am about half a day's work.
Do you think that's not half a day's work?
No, it's not. Well, the way I work. At my pace.
That is true.
That's a half a day's work.
I probably sped you up quite a bit yesterday.
Oh, that was tremendous
we just moved the stuff dock to dock, and all of a sudden it's like, then he has a handful of stuff left. That's great.
And it's all up. I just kind of push cart it over.
Yeah.
But I don't have anywhere to put it. This is the last 1% that's outside of the building that needs to come in, and it's like that Life of Brian, or is that the one? It's like, would you like a wafer mint, sir? It's like, no, one more bite and I'll explode. Well, right now I got that wafer.
The meaning of life.
Meaning of life. I got that wafer thin mint that I still need to squeeze in.
That
here.
one last piece, and you squeeze it in and kablooey.
It's going to kablooey. So that's where I'm.
That was at the beginning of the movie, too.
Yeah, and it was. So I'm about to enter into phase 3 of the new location. Saga.
Yeah, so guys, if you come in and you're saying, oh, it's starting to look junky again, realize he's dealing with stuffing in just too many pieces. And you're working on, like, he's condensing, he's boxing, he's got a lot of stuff going on back. And if you didn't have that stuff over there next door, then you wouldn't have this problem. So he's trying, because, he's trying to make his landlord happy.
Yeah, oh, well,
he wants to keep them happy.
Yeah. And I shouldn't have. I waited that long because I thought they were going to do some work up in the ceiling. But now that I know they're not, it started just coming over in droves, which I knew it would. And I spent like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days just sweating up a storm and working my butt off.
It was hot yesterday, but we have rain today. It's cooled down quite a bit today and tomorrow, so good times for us.
Yeah.
What else is new, Todd?
Well, I'm lining up on things not only like in the future, August, September.
April, that's really far in the future.
April. I mean,
next worldwide pinhole day, right?
Yeah,
April.
I'm all the way out to April, and I am. Phase 3 is to concentrate on everything in the back and just go through all of my boxes.
Right.
And just try to find a bunch of stuff. I need to get the Holgas out because that's just
August, the beginning of August, we are kicking off Holga Week, guys. The beginning of August. So you're going to see a video. We're going to talk Holga Week. He's going to get out the Holgas. He's going to put up the decorations.
Well,
you have decorations, right?
If I can find them.
It's going to be all things Holga Week.
All things Holga Week.
Okay,
all things Holga Week 2024.
The storm is happening. 10 years of Holga Week.
Yes.
Official 10 years.
You're sitting there going, wait, y'all have only been doing this.
This will be our 6th year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be our 6th year. But
6th year.
But 4 years were done by Holga Jen.
He, as brilliant as he is, he did not create Holga Week. He just took it over and made it what it was.
It was a hostile takeover.
It was. And he was trying to fight it.
No, it wasn't hostile.
No, Jen Holga goes, you take it over. And he goes, no.
She wanted to grow into something bigger. She knew I could take the ball and run with it. And I knew I needed him to help. And I think we've done a phenomenal job.
And that's part of the reason why we're known worldwide.
Worldwide, guys.
Yeah, it's because of Holga Week.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that this will be even a bigger year.
Right.
And looking forward to that. But I've got a customer that wants to come up here and do headshots. Oh, that's what I was.
Headshots.
Just set it up and sit there and go, hey, come in, get a headshot. And let me just do some photos, and I'll talk to people and show them how I do it, etc. So I'm working on that in September.
Oh, he wants to show a class.
Just kind of
a teach.
Have people kind of just in and out, come in that day in just early September, and just go, hey, come in, get a headshot, and just see what it's all about. And if you want to check it out and see how I do it, then I'll be happy to go over it with you.
Right.
If you want to learn, come in. If you want a picture taken, come in. And so that'll be in September.
But you need a little cleaning up for that first.
Well, I got plenty of time for
Right.
that to clean
Right.
up. Yeah.
So, and I was thinking about the same thing with Andrew Hess, because it was a great video and we had a lot of discussions. But you know what I really like to see is see him go through the entire process of setting up, posing somebody, taking a photo, all that kind of good stuff. I mean, I would love if we could ever talk Andrew into that. I would love for us just to do a video on that. Probably be a little different than our norm because somebody would actually be doing it in front of you and using the big 11 by 14 camera. That would be awesome. I mean, just to take somebody's picture with that sucker. I mean, it is so huge. And that's a beautiful camera.
Well, then what you should do is follow him and then go to his house and just do a video on him processing it. Of course, not in the dark. I mean,
well, I can show a dark.
Just the screen is totally black, and it's like right now we are taking the film out of the film holder. But no, I mean, that would be interesting too, from snap to view. You know, just the whole complete thing. We do have, actually, I do have things that I'm looking at and thinking about coming up in the future. But at the same time, I want to kind of start planning them out. And I've had several people talk about how need a coaster for that.
He just now notices my thing is sweating on his.
Noticed it, but the sweating's underneath.
Only child.
Only child, yes. But what were we talking about?
We were talking about Andrew setting up a shot and going through all that kind of good stuff.
But just future classes.
Brain fart here, guys.
Yeah, but we had a lot of people who really had fun at the second Saturday social.
Yeah.
And they thoroughly enjoyed it. I just saw some pictures put up that somebody took from the event, like yesterday or day before, past couple of days. And several of them have asked, when will we do something? When can we do something else there?
Yeah.
And it's open. It's up to them. And,
I think all of it requires. I mean, you're in that what you said, second stage.
I'm at the end of the second stage.
And I think once you get a little more breathing room back in here again, I think then you'll have that ability. But right now, it's just a skosh tight.
Yeah.
Just a skosh.
Just a skosh.
Just a skosh.
And but phase 3 is and I've already actually been doing that. It's just that it's overlapping stage 2. But stage 3 will be because I've gone through, opened up boxes, pulled things out, priced things, stuck them in here, and then when I finished with the box, instead of keeping it for moving again, break it down, throw it in the trash, in the community trash, not the neighbor's trash.
Whoops, that was my bad, and I hate using my bad phrase, but he said throw it in the trash can. I saw a trash can, I threw it in there. He sticks his head out the door. I says, no, the one farther down.
One farther down.
I'm like, all right, I'm not jumping in to get those boxes out. I'm sorry.
But that's okay. So
you'll have to apologize to the neighbors for me.
Oh,
when they come over and complain, hey, you're throwing trash in our
No, they've already been over here once. Not for that, for something else. And that wasn't me that threw the things in there. But yeah, it's a process. And so now, when phase 3, when I'm fully 100% focused on phase 3, it's going through things. Whenever I empty the boxes out, and I've actually, I combine boxes, and then whenever I have empty boxes, I tear them down and throw them away. And I've opened up a lot of areas in there, which then I filled up again.
Yeah.
And eventually, the situation will be that I will be emptying things out, and it won't be getting refilled.
Okay.
And that's phase 3. And then that's whenever I hope to see more things out here and in here. I've been selling stuff sold to Lynn's the other day.
I mean, I first of all, I love the setup you have here because the cabinets are, everybody can view the cabinets. People love to look through the cabinets. I know you're going to get a lot more stuff in the cabinets, as it happens. And I mean, it's just people come in and they're browsing now, and it's, everything is easily and accessible. They're not having to look through boxes and things like that. So it's going very well, I think.
And the browsing leads to what it's supposed to.
Selling, buying.
Well, I mean, I'm selling, they're buying. And it's leading to that. So people are buying things. I've sold a lot of tripod heads because I got one whole thing over there just filled with tripod heads. And I've sold a lot of them out of there.
That's good.
And I've added a lot more that I've found. So there's more to choose from. And it's going on at a good pace. But right now, looking forward to more events here, more things going on here, bringing more people in. And we've had 3 events here, and it's filled up. The parking lot's not even a third full.
No, on a Saturday, and you have the whole parking lot.
Yeah, on a Saturday right now, I have the whole parking lot usually is on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And it's working out extremely well.
Yeah.
And maybe eventually kind of do another sidewalk sale.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is talk to your management, things like that. But like a sidewalk sale or probably like a little bit of a camera show type thing. I know that you. So speaking of which, you went to the camera show. You didn't go?
I didn't go. I didn't go.
He didn't go. We wanted a report on that.
This was one of the first camera shows in the DFW area in a long time.
Right. Since DCP closed.
Yeah. And from what I've understood, a lot of people went. It was,
well received, I hope.
Well received. And,
I wanted to go, but I was in Tennessee.
And I was recovering.
Nashville.
I spent that after I closed Saturday.
Yeah.
I spent hours Saturday, hours Sunday.
Still working phase 2.
Working in phase 2.
Yeah, which is bringing stuff over here.
And during that time, I was able to clear out Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. I was able to clear out 80% of that stuff.
Which was more important than you going to the sale.
I need to get that done because they have been extremely grateful.
Yes, very kind. Yes, thank you.
Very kind for letting me use that space whenever I was rushing over here and didn't have time to sort it. So I need to focus on that. And that phase is, like I said, almost complete. So that's done. And I know this is really exciting stuff, but it's explaining why things are going on here like they're going on.
So I do. So we were talking about future classes and things like that.
Yeah.
I am looking right now. I looked at Mrs. Holga's calendar, and it looks like she is tied up. Mrs. Holga's a nurse. She's my long-term health care.
Yeah.
It's if I have a heart attack, mind you. If I get a boo-boo on my finger, she sends me to the doctor. When I get a cold, I'm like psyched. So I said, "Sweetie, what should I do?" She goes, "I think you should see a doctor." I'm like, "You're right here."
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor.
Well, that's not,
I said, she goes, "If you're clutching your chest having a heart attack, then I can help you." Oh, Elizabeth.
This is the big one.
This is the big one. She's tied up, I think, the last 2 Saturdays of July, and either July or August, I'd like to do some wet plate photography up here. A mini class for some folks. I'm going to be actually, when I get done here, I'm probably going to go do some at home this weekend because I still have a long weekend ahead of me. I've got all the chemicals. I'm ready to go. I just need to put all my stuff in order and go check it out, make sure I still know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I actually had a realtor. The realtor that came in here, remember? And you said you gave him my contact information. So we've actually hooked up, and a realtor would like to give a thank you gift to home buyers for them.
Yeah.
And I'm actually on his list for gifts. So he would like to have a 10 type session. And he talked to me. He's like, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "Well, if it was me, I would take a portrait of the people in front of their new house."
Yeah, in front of the house.
And of course, I have to come up with a price and a way to do all these things and things like that, because I mean it really would be kind of cool. It's one of those, I think when I bought my house in Waxahachie, our realtor gave us like a cutting board with her name on it, and it's like, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
So they're very used to giving gifts, especially when they make tens of thousands of dollars. So you want to give a little thank you back to your clients, and so hopefully I can succeed in this, and I would like to be able to do that periodically. That would be kind of cool. But I have to find some way to go do the wet plate mobily,
Yeah.
Have like one of those mini little darkrooms take with me.
Let us know how that actually works out, because that'd be interesting. But yeah, up here.
I mean, because Lisa Elma Leahy, she does that out of the back of her truck.
Yeah.
I figure I just need to find some way to do the same type of thing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, really, all you have to do is worry about sensitizing it and developing it in the dark. Everything else can be done in the light. So
it doesn't have to be completely 100% dark, because she does it under her canvas.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty much, you just gather it close to you and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy the fumes.
Yeah.
So what else, Todd?
Well, okay. So,
Well, Todd, you got new glasses.
yeah. And I want to tell you all
You
the
guys
story.
might come into the store and say, Todd, you're sporting a new look.
No, probably people don't even notice. But yes, I do have new glasses. Customer came in.
That's a coaster now.
I know, Frederico
Frederico.
came in, and so he was here on a Saturday because you were out of town. And so I said, hey, have you eaten? So we went, got something to eat. I had my old glasses on, and I was worn to a frazzle. I was tired. I went to the restroom, and I took my glasses off, put them in my shirt pocket.
Good place for them.
Yeah, good place, because, water on my face. Anyway, and I went down to flush the commode, and my glasses fell off into the...
They took a dive.
Took a dive.
They took a dive. Well,
Right as I was punching the...
Right as it was sucking everything down, and it took the glasses.
I heard, because without my glasses, I'm blind. I cannot read anything unless it's like 2 inches in front of my face. And I heard something hit.
You heard the splash.
I heard the hitting the side, and then I just kind of went,
Guys, we're talking about glasses, okay?
Yeah, glasses. And it just, I said, well, maybe it would get caught in it was gone. Gone. Flushed away. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was blind as a freaking bat. And
this is when he has to. He has to go like this and read really closely.
Yeah, I would say this. It's like, well, just throw it away. Yeah. See, it's like the big writing on here. I had to get this close for the big writing, and I had to get this close for the smaller writing on it. As my old doctor from decades ago says, you're legally blind, but it's correctable. And he knew how to correct it.
You're legally blind, but it's okay.
But it's correctable. And he knew how to correct it. Any doctor since then can't figure it out.
Not at all.
Because he said my eyes were different, and I try to tell people my eyes are a little different. They go, roo, 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 roo.
He's different.
Yeah, so they give me glasses that I can see, but it's kind of blurry. Finally found my old pair of glasses.
The old pair.
Old pair of glasses, and of course I wear those. They're much sharper than these, even though they're still a little fuzzy.
Right.
But they're less fuzzy than these, the new ones. So now I got to go find somebody who says, here's what I used to have. Can you figure it out why they're better?
Yeah. Compare and contrast these two. I need to know what the difference is.
That's my story as to why
and
I
I'm sticking
have
to it.
New glasses.
So now he looks like a computer nerd, but he's not.
These are our Mini. Our Mini Exchange.
I'm assuming your glasses cost way more than my $2 readers.
Yes. But
and when I scratch these up too much, I just buy a new pair and I go back because my vision is not that. I only need them for reading.
Oh my gosh.
I am not legally blind. I'll try those out later.
Yeah. It'll blind you. Yeah, I am legally blind. So anyway, that's the difference. Now, what's hilarious is during that time I did go by Kubi's. It's a German meat shop over at Snyder Plaza near SMU.
Okay.
Go Mustangs.
Pony up.
And I walked in. Of course, I can't see anything, but I see blurs and people and images. Just like blobs and things. And I check out, and the lady at the counter, a younger lady, looks at me and she goes,
with good vision.
With good vision.
Okay.
And she looks at me and she goes, "Where are your glasses?"
Uh-oh. Hey, howdy. Hold on a second.
And he goes, "Where are your glasses?" And I said,
all good, though. All good.
And I said, "I lost them."
just lost them.
I didn't go through the whole process of how.
Right.
I lost them.
Yeah.
But she noticed that my glasses were gone. The only person that noticed.
I noticed.
Oh yeah. When?
Not when you told me.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. So anyway, I don't know. We got somebody lining up here. So
all right, guys. Hey, the store is going great, and if you haven't come into the store, please do come on in, check it out. It's the new Dons essentially.
Yep.
I mean, things are available to buy. Grab off the shelf.
It's the new and improved.
He is going to be getting the Pentax 17 camera. Actual cameras in here. You'll be able to pick one up and take it home. We just don't know when.
That's the rumor we're starting.
Yes.
We're starting that rumor right now.
Pentax dealer, right here. Pentax dealer. Okay.
I did send her a picture of me with my Pentax hat pointing to my Great Wall of Film, going like this with Pentex hat, going, and she goes, "Love the hat."
We're gonna have to have a Pentex party.
Yeah,
A Pentex party, Pentex photo walk, Pentex something. And as a matter of fact, you're saying we're gonna possibly get, if you can talk her into it.
Well,
No?
Well, hold on. Don't say. I don't want anybody to steal my thunder.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Forget I said anything.
We're gonna
All
do
right, guys.
stuff. We're gonna do
With
stuff.
that, we're gonna end this video now. So as usual, please do share, like, subscribe, tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell two friends.
Tell their friend. Tell your friend to tell a friend.
Tell Mama Holga,
We are this close to our next
who recently
milestone.
had her gallbladder out.
Ooh, okay.
While she's recuperating, she needs to watch more of our
Yeah.
videos.
And tell the doctors around to subscribe.
Well, she's already out of the hospital.
Oh, darn. Well, yeah, because we're like that close to our next mile marker.
Oh, that's right. You need four more viewers.
Subscribers.
4 more subscribers.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys later.
Take care. I know we're just going to fade to black.
That's all we do now is we fade to black.
I
And that's
love
the best part of
It
the
is.
whole video. Fade to black. You and your squeaky chair.
Yeah, me.